this troubles me tremendously, and I'd like for both of you to comment on the urgency of this panel to get on with this business. Came across when we were together in Vietnam was in terms of fighting guerrillas and suicide bombers and the like. It always bothered me when I was spending 6 years with both of you on the Senate Armed Services Committee that the intelligence community was referred to as the intelligence community. I never really understood who was in charge. Apparently now no one's in charge. It's a horse built by a committee, winds up being a camel. We still have the camel out there and the various humps trying to talk to one another, trying to figure out who's right, who's wrong, were we right, were we wrong, and going to war. So, me tremendously, and I'd like for both of you to comment on.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Clearly, al-Qaeda is reconstituting itself, as we have seen by the bombings in places like Yemen, Indonesia, and most recently Saudi Arabia, and possibly also Chechnya and Morocco. At the same time, it is disturbingly apparent that some foreign governments are supporting, or at the very least providing sanctuary for terrorist networks. I am troubled by the lack of attention that to date has been given to this critical aspect of the 9/11 investigation of the Intelligence Committee. I would make 5 recommendations.
But it is a whole lot more complicated in trying to do our job than where is UBL, why haven't we caught him, where is Saddam, why haven't we caught him, where are these weapons of mass destruction. And the way I characterize it is the fog of war is very hard to comprehend, even with CNN there. The fog of peace is much harder to comprehend because there is so much going on every place, and we're not sure which may be the most important thing to focus on.
Part of the joint inquiry. They're here again, incredible courage, incredible determination. I think if those...
Similarly, when we look at the resources for our frontline soldiers, I have said repeatedly that we now are fighting a two-front war. We are voting on our DOD authorization today. It's going to be everything we possibly can think of that is needed by our men and women in uniform. We are not doing the same for our firefighters, our police officers, our EMTs, our public health and hospitals. This is something that I feel particularly strongly about because here we are in a budget crunch. In New York City, we're closing firehouses.
Why we haven't had the same incentive to do the look back and the lessons learned that are so imperative.